Today we're going to be talking about the Mario movie, and guys, trust me, I do like this movie a lot. It's going to seem like I don't, but by the end of the video, you're going to be super convinced that I'm happy. So I'm going to critique this movie while staring Mario directly in the face, as I should because I am grown up. And I'm going to be playing my favorite video game of all time, not Super Mario 64 per se, but the Super Mario 64 press start screen. Now, the first thing I want to talk about today were the song choices. I don't mean the score, but I just mean the pop songs that they just randomly put in the movie. This is probably the worst list of song choices I've seen since Black Adam. Their choice wasn't as offensive per se, but these songs were already in every movie ever made, and it made me feel like I was in a dentist office. Secondly, this felt like a kid's movie, and if your response to me is, hey, this is a kid's movie, then I need you to do one of two things. Number one, leave. Number two, just keep watching and make fun of me. I want to give this movie some credit. They did not have fart jokes. It didn't seem like character development was their priority. It looks like they just wanted to get through each level as fast as possible and get to the spectacle, which was fine, which was fun. But I wish I learned to love each character a bit more. Characters are accepted way too fast and trusted very quick. I mean, there's not much time between Mario meeting Peach and them going on an adventure together. And this is probably the hardest thing I'm going to have to say. Jack Black was not my favorite thing in the movie. And if you're familiar with this dimension, you would probably know that Jack Black is the most charismatic, fun, talented person that should be my father. I didn't hate his Bowser, but I wish I just took him a tad more serious. And also, there's a song, and I do not like this song. Now, when I see this movie for the 7th time, I'm sure I will think it is fun and catchy, but I'm not there yet. And the last thing I want to critique is I just wish this movie slowed down just a little bit. I'm not asking for them to have a therapy session. Great cartoon movies like, Puss in Boots, or great video game movies like Sonic the Hedgehog take a little bit of time to really get to know what's inside the hearts of at least their main characters. So when you understand their goals, their dreams, their doubts, and their worries, by the time they succeed, you really are rooting for them and you have an emotional, positive response. So now we're going to talk about the positives. Thank goodness. So I really like the design of each character. The animation is perfect. I counted, and I think there were 100,000 Easter eggs in this movie. I'm sure there are going to be lots of YouTube videos dissecting them, and I will be watching them. Next, I'll say it. I really like Chris Pratt's voice. I thought he did a great job. And if you think Mario only sounds one way, you're crazy. The first Donkey Kong video game, he didn't even speak. So originally he didn't even have a voice. So I feel like you can adapt his voice to any type of way that you need to for the medium. Luigi is the heart of the movie. He's not in it as much as I'd like him to be. I'm sure it's because they're going to do a Luigi's Mansion, so they wanted to give other characters a little bit more of a shine. Luigi was precious, wholesome, and he got a little scared, and guess what? I get scared too, so I completely understand where he's coming from, and there's nothing wrong with that king. The best part of the movie was Mario and Luigi together, straight up. They were the only ones with actually great chemistry. Honestly, I think making Luigi the one needed to be saved was almost a mistake because they took the best part of the movie and separated them. I mean, they were great on their own, and I understand why they did it, and I'm just rooting for them to be together in the sequel. I really dug the score. Whenever they were referencing something, I knew immediately what they were doing, and I guess I'm a sucker. I guess I'm a Mario fan. Oopsies. I guess I'm a Mario fan, and I fell for the magic trick that is a leitmotif. Whenever Mario Kart happened, I was like, oh, it's the Mario Kart song. Whenever Bowser did a Bowser thing, there was Bowser music. Okay, and I loved it every time. I thought Peach was fine. I thought she was maybe a little bit boring, but her action sequences were very cool. Donkey Kong was all right. Seth Rogen does do the Seth Rogen laugh as Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong canonically does marijuana, and that's very cool. I accept that for Donkey Kong. He seems super chill, like he could get into the green like that, and you know what? I don't blame you for it. Overall, I had a fun time watching this movie. I know it seemed pretty heavy on the critiques at first, but that's just because I want these movies to thrive as much as possible. I don't know, are my feelings valid, or are you going to gaslight me into thinking something else? Go ahead and gaslight me in the comments down below. Nobody tell me that I look like this, because my nose is way pointier than that.